Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the heart.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, posted up in the studio, dude. We got Aaron beasting it on the sticks like he does, dude. Aaron, what's going down, dude?
What up?
Freaking chilling, dude. And we got an extra special treat in the studio right now, dude. We've got the King of Dink in the house. AK, welcome to the pod, dude.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Dude, of course, bro. You are a pickleball connoisseur.
That's fair to say.
You recently, I went and watched you in a tournament.
Yes.
So and this was your first tournament ever.
Yes. Maybe last.
No, I'm not talking about what place you finished in. No, zing, dude. Zing, dude. No, dude, I watched you. It was sick. It was in San Clemente, dude.
Uh-huh.
And I saw you doing some nice dinks. I saw you doing some nice lobs.
I did.
And for those listening, we're going to be talking today about the history of pickleball, its explosion onto the scene, especially during COVID. That's when I heard about it. Mm-hmm. Maybe slightly before that, because we have a little shared experience with our boy Chris.
Yep.
But
yep.
It is a very fun ass sport, dude. It's awesome.
100%.
Some people go, oh, it's a game.
Oh.
Some people, oh, it's a game. You know, I always did this distinction where I was like, if you could eat a steak while playing a sport, then is it a sport? Is it a game?
It is a game.
But Aaron, you could eat a steak if you're playing baseball out there in the bullpen, then get called in. Is that a game or is that a sport,
right,
dude? I mean, Aaron.
Right.
Well, they're not currently playing, so.
Okay, well, I'm saying, I mean,
game
yeah.
is afoot.
Yeah,
well,
yes.
I guess you're not even bullpen. Well, all right, go on.
If you're
And
on
then
the
you have
bench
golf.
in any sport, you could eat a steak. I mean,
What about golf?
the defense could eat a steak while the offense is on the field in football.
True.
Is that not a sport?
That's true.
No, but then when they get on the field, they're going to throw up. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Then you're going to get freaking nut checked. Anyway, I digress. I'm already trying to stir beef with Aaron. Anyways, Five Guys sucks. Sorry, Aaron. Sorry. I don't know why I'm saying that right now. I don't know why this animosity is coming out of me. Because this is a benevolent sport of pickleball.
Yeah.
It's
good vibes.
Dude, exactly.
It's
the
good
vibe
times.
is great.
Yeah.
You've got a crew that you go play. Maybe before we get into it, let's hear about a little bit of
my background.
Yeah. Well, what
brings me
attracted you
here?
to the game? All that type of stuff.
100%. So I'm not a professional, even though I played in a tournament. It was amateur and maybe below that. But it was a ton of fun.
There were some sick ass players.
There were some really good players. And I played with my sister, mixed doubles, super fun.
Hell yeah.
We lost every game. So that's also, but I still had fun, which I think is, a sign that it's a great little game or sport.
Totally. In one of the articles I read, they said the motto of pickleball is one more game. People just go, dude, you know what?
100%.
And they just keep saying it. It's like when we're playing Call of Duty late at night with the boys, we're like, come on, one more.
100%.
And then the guy's like, no, I have a meeting tomorrow. We're like, dude, just skip your meeting. Dude.
But the guy who lost really wants one more.
Dude, exactly, bro.
Yes.
Let's just keep,
Yes,
right?
that's me from time to time. Other times, though, it's also a very streaky sport. I mean, you can just, maybe your shot's on for just a couple points there, and it's usually to 11, side out scoring. Maybe we'll go over the basics later.
Yeah.
But you can take a game from someone who's better than you, and that's exciting too.
Hell yeah.
Right? But I will say that our competition, my sister and I were referring to the people who beat us.
Yeah.
We were referring to them as that old man, the one with the knee braces. No, not that one with the knee braces.
Dude, exactly, bro. Dude, exactly. It's so true. Dude, there is something about this game where I joked around. I'm like, when your knees go out, pickleball's there for you. Because when you're playing it well, and we'll get into nuance a little bit, but you kind of get to your spot. And then it's very hand-eye.
Yes.
You do these, there's a name for those type of shots. You do, I wrote it down, dude. It's called...
Well, there's the dinks, and then there's the quick back and forth volleys.
The quick back and forth volleys.
Yes.
Dude, you get in those little speed... Whatever.
Hand battles.
That's it.
Hand battle. Okay.
Dude, I think they call them hand battles.
Quick hands. Right.
Very awesome. And
Right.
dude, just like you said, pickleball, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Correct.
Dude, you could get a dude
Correct.
who's 60
Or a woman.
or woman, yeah, anyone.
Right.
Exactly. Old
Doesn't
lady
matter.
who will beat your ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that happened to me. But it just makes me hungrier.
Right.
To get better. And that's another thing. There's a learning curve. You can get pretty good kind of quickly if you put in a little bit of time. So that's exciting.
Is it strange of me if I like to go to a pickleball court, just sort of find the oldest guy there and, you know, just have him give me that grandpa treatment?
Sure.
Just treat me something.
Sure.
Teach me something
the
about
full
life.
grandpa experience
Yep.
or dad experience.
Yep. Dude, yeah, exactly.
Wise old man.
Yes.
That's what I aspire to be on
Like,
the pickleball court.
Dude, you could do that. Like there is this generational gap that's filled a little bit, and that's kind of intriguing. They even said they did studies on this, and it's like like golf. They say like, is it like a rich dude's game? Like
yes.
you got to buy a set of clubs. You
Yep.
got to fucking maybe
Greens
go to
fees.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Pickleball, you can kind of just get a paddle and
Barriers to entry are very few and
Right.
very inexpensive.
and that's a big reason why it's exploded a lot.
Right. 100%.
But that's nice.
Yeah.
No need to stress over the holidays this year. Take a toke break instead of worrying about what gets those impossible to shop for fam members, dude. Dadgrass now has something for everyone, including your most loved furry friends. Take the edge off and enjoy the season, dude. You know everyone in my fam is getting those pre-rolled Dadgrass joint, dude, except for my little niece. But everyone who's 18 and over, dude, is getting those dank little freaking legit pre-rolled joints, dude. But dude, in the furry friends, dude, you know my dog Sonny, dude, he's got a bad attitude. He's got to mellow out, dude. Me and him, we like to post up on our balcony and enjoy our Dadgrass together, dude. And right now, dude, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/dank. Go to dadgrass.com/dank for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/dank.
So we were introduced to it in our shared experience. I guess we could go back. By a gentleman. This had to be 5-6 years ago.
I think so. A wise
He was
old man.
excellent. A wise old man. Yes,
Yeah.
paternal figure. And he said, "This is the fastest growing sport in America." And I remember being like, "Sir, it is not."
Dude, totally. We're like, nah, no one knows about this, dude.
Right. And it's a slow burn. I wouldn't say I was bitten by the pickleball bug in that moment.
No.
It wasn't until years later where it's really taken hold of me, which is part of the reason why I'm here. Part of the
100%.
reason I'm entering tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, but right. So it has been growing. Should we talk about that real
Totally.
quickly?
And dude, you're a living example of this growth. Big time. So let's talk about its growth.
Sure.
It's, so I pulled up a few stats. This is from CNBC, this little article.
Okay.
So right now, it's growing at 11.5% average annual growth player over the last 5 years. Tennis grew by 4.2%, to put it in perspective.
Okay.
Badminton, ping pong lost players.
Okay.
So these are all kind of like the realm that we're playing in.
Sure.
They say by 2030, there's an estimated 40 million pickleball players in the United States.
I believe it.
And this is all just in the U.S. I'm sure it's growing outside of the U.S.
Internationally, I imagine.
But it is a sport that was invented in
The U.S.
in Seattle, and we can get into that.
Yes.
But let's talk about this growth. I would say the COVID boom is a good place. Like
True.
that was huge. Like
True. Because it's outdoors, largely. You can
Yep.
have it indoors, too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's outdoors, and it's not too hard to get going, and it's social, which is
Yes.
nice. You get 3 other people, you're playing doubles. You can also play one-on-one, which is fun, too. I even have a way of playing with just 3 people that my brother and I created, which is fun also. Like, you can
nice.
make it work,
Yeah.
which is nice. So, COVID probably contributed to it.
Huge.
I wonder what else. I was thinking about this. When's the last time humankind got a new sport,
I know, dude.
right?
Yeah.
Or a twist on an old sport, which is kind of is.
That's kind of what this is. Like going back to its origin stories, like it's in 1965.
Yep.
Up at like some
Bainbridge Island, Washington.
Exactly.
Just west of Seattle.
And some congressman invented it who was like, and his buddy who was like a spy, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, I didn't.
The guy that he invented it with, and like they think the dude,
Barney, there's
Joel Pritchard's like the
Yep.
main dude, the congressman, and I think his buddy Bill Bell was a spy.
okay, and then there was a Barney McCallum too.
Marty McCallum, yes.
Okay.
Joel Pritchard, Bill Bell, Barney McCallum, and they were fucking just chilling at their house. They had this court.
Well, they came back from golfing, 2 of the guys, and the family was bored. The kids were bored, and the wives were bored.
Yeah.
So, necessity is the mother of invention, is what I always say. And I always say that.
You say that a lot. You say that. Yes, you do. You say that all the time.
So
Yes.
they're trying to, find an activity for the kids to enjoy. And this is my understanding.
No, this is
the
right.
history
This,
of it.
yeah, I read this too.
So they go to the badminton court, and then, they're messing around with different paddles. They're using ping pong paddles. They're using tennis rackets, blah, blah, blah. Wiffle ball, this like fun, different kind of ball that has a little more bounce, which they end up using because it has a little more bounce than a wiffle ball.
Yes.
Lower the net from the badminton net, down to the ground so you can hit these driving shots and whatnot.
More fun. They started it with it up, and they're like, this is kind of lame because like you said, the bounce of the ball. They're like, let's play this low.
And yeah, so then I guess it grew there.
Yeah, and they said they were really into the rules. They're like, they got into the rules. I guess there were some fig trees they had, and they're like, a good shot was like if you had someone running out towards those fig trees for like a nice cross shot, which in the tournament when I watched you, dude, keeping those little nice dinks across the net in the kitchen.
Yes.
Very effective.
A lot of lateral movements.
Yes.
Opening. The highlight of the tournament for me was I hit a shot like that. The woman returned it, and then I hit a winner, but I didn't see this. She proceeded to slip, and her foot got caught in the fence in the tennis court. Highlight.
That's great. That's great.
Score might have been 16-3 at that time, but I turned to my partner. I said, this would be the highlight of our tournament.
100%.
And we had to go over to extricate her. We had to all push up against the fence so that she could get her foot out of there.
Dude, amazing, dude.
Sportsmanship, too. I got the sportsmanship award.
Dude, there is etiquette to pickleball.
Yes. If you hit a shot, and I think there's this in tennis as well, those heathens, but we'll get into that
Yes,
later.
we will. And as a true pickleball player, that is the proper perspective, I feel.
Nothing against we do like tennis. We play tennis. You play tennis. I know you
It's
play
fun.
tennis. Tennis is a fun sport. But if the ball hits the top of the net and just barely trickles over, and that's a winner, you're supposed to acknowledge that it was a bit lucky and maybe, little something. I think they do that in tennis as well.
Yeah. It's funny though. People will go like some people really embellish, like really get in there. Sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that, but I'll take my fucking point.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, but like honestly, that's game, ref.
Right.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you at the snack bar, dude.
100%.
It's hilarious.
100%.
But that is part of it. Like,
you're gonna get a little lucky. You're gonna get some breaks.
Them's the breaks.
When things were looking real bad for us, we played 7 games. Okay, I started playing pretty well midway through.
Yes.
Yeah, I was turning it on a little bit.
Yeah.
And there were some positional issues and some strategic issues that my partner and I are going to discuss, and we're going to really have a heart-to-heart about it.
100%.
But what was I saying? I was starting to play pretty well, and
You freaking hit some fire-ass dinks, dude?
no. Oh, I hit I hit a gentleman with the ball. That's another highlight of pickleball.
Yes.
You can really lay into it.
I saw a lot of people getting drilled. And
That's
kind
part of it.
Exactly. Like it's funny because you don't say sorry there. We were talking etiquette. You don't really say sorry if you really drill someone.
I do give him like a little bit of this. And when I got hit by 1 or 2 balls, the guy's like, my bad. But it's not my bad. It was a smart shot, right? It's right at my feet.
Go right at
them.
them. Yeah. You're not going for their face.
But I will sometimes go for the face.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If you're doing the hands battle right there,
Yeah.
and you think you're going to handcuff them and they're not going to get it up in time, you hit them right in the dome.
Really?
Right in the dome.
I kind of like that.
And then you say sorry, but they would do it to you too. You want to play with someone who's going to do that to you.
Correct.
Also.
And you got to let it happen within the lines.
Yes.
Yes. And this is probably a good point to say, for those of you who have never played pickleball, you said it's about the size of a badminton court, and then they have something called the kitchen.
Yes.
Which is...
Let's do it.
Which limits your volleying. So we're talking about these hand battles.
Yes.
Where you're... In your mind, you might be picturing people up at the net and just fucking whacking it.
Right.
No, to limit just lame smashing in like Mario Tennis, you can play as the character Wario and you just float up at the net and just
destroy.
It's cheap. It's cheap.
Right.
This makes it where you are actually having to use a little skill.
Yes.
And you can't let your momentum carry you in.
Correct. So let's talk about it. It's a 6-foot zone on each side of the net that
COVID safe.
Is called.
COVID safe. Yeah, it's very COVID safe.
This sport.
Yeah. Yes. Fauci likes that rule.
The CDC stands by pickleball. They might go back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? With new facts, then things change.
But so there's a 6 foot zone on each side of the net called the non-volley zone. It's also referred to as the kitchen.
Yes.
You can hit a ball while standing in there if the ball has first bounced in there. Okay?
And that's a nice dink. If you can dink one in there, that's a nice play.
That's exactly it. That's the source of my name, the nickname, King of Dink.
This is the King of Dink. It's not about dicks.
Right.
That's me.
Right.
I have a very tiny little dink. AK has
Prince
the
of Dink.
shot.
Yeah,
I am the Prince of Dink.
Prince of Dink. I'm the King of Dink because I'm hitting good shots.
Correct.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
I will tell you something funny.
About your penis. No. Please, yes.
You know, okay, we'll do that too. We'll do, all right.
This is for adults.
Right. So I like that nickname. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
My background real quickly, I'm an attorney. So opposing counsel said, let me get your cell phone number so I can call you about settlement on this case. This is this last week.
Wow.
This is earlier this week. Fine, okay, don't see why it couldn't be handled between the hours of 9 and 5, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
But hey, let's be like bros. He has a name similar to yours, Strider.
Yeah.
I think I'm texting you, Strider, and I go, AK King of Dink, like responding to something.
Dude, amazing.
And he's like, what? Excuse me? And so it was a good laugh.
Yeah.
And so its case still has not settled. I don't know if you've hurt me here.
Exactly. Might have.
But it was funny to throw it out there. What was interesting is he's never heard of pickleball. Yet it's incredibly popular.
Yeah, what, he's got to live under a rock?
Exactly. He lives in LA. And so when you're telling me it's going to have 48 million players in a couple years,
Yeah.
I believe it because here's a guy who's 45. That's right in the zone.
Big time.
The zone for pickleball is like 70 to what? 15? Who knows?
Dude, generally,
12.
like going back, like all the early tournaments of when it would be popularized took place in like Palm Springs,
Yes.
Arizona.
Yes.
All older people,
Yes.
all at like tennis club, like. So it took a while for it to grow. It's 1965, but we're really experiencing boom now. But yeah,
Right.
It was the general age was older because you can there are athletic shots, but when you are playing, you don't really need to move your feet too much if you're in the right position.
Exactly. Yeah, you can be strategic.
Yes.
You don't need to slam it. A dink is not a slam.
Exactly.
And you can win with a dink.
Totally. Slams generally don't get you a dub. Like a well-placed winner, yes.
Yeah.
But if you hit the shit out of it, you're not, because the ball will bounce. They really nailed the bounce of that ball.
They did. It's
it.
perfect the way it kind of like,
Yeah.
you think it's going to die, it doesn't die. You don't think it's going to die, it does die. You know, it's like, it
Yes.
keeps you guessing, it keeps you hungry.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
So what you were saying, this guy, this
Oh.
attorney did end up being okay.
So, I mean, we'll see how this one goes, but you might have compromised this.
Totally.
Matter.
And now you're talking about the case, no specific details, but you know the bar association will be notified.
Investigated it. Yeah. Sexual harassment of opposing counsel.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Yeah, good thing it was a guy.
True, the King of Dink. What the hell is this?
Yeah, right. Well, okay. So growing popularity, though, I guess we should talk about real quickly is I had explained to him, Tom Brady bought a team.
Dude,
you know, LeBron,
yeah.
some like team in Tampa, I believe. There's a major league pickleball league, apparently, is what I'm.
Yes.
They haven't reached out to me. I haven't heard anything.
Well, soon enough.
There might have been some scouts at that tournament.
Dude, there were definitely some scouts. There was people. They were looking around.
They were looking around.
Yeah, they saw one of your balls go over in the tree. They're like, okay, that's there.
There. I did hit one in the tree.
Dude, what?
And LeBron James. I think LeBron James also purchased a team. I don't know if we know who.
Yeah, I'm not sure who. And I do know that they at least in the early days, this article I was reading, you can check out it in the sources if you want to reference the article. It's cool. But part of what was so cool about pickleball was these amateur tournaments. You could play a pro.
Ah.
So it was just kind of this you could never play Pete Sampras, but you could play what's the guy's name? The big pickleball dude. That's his
Ben Johns. I think.
Johns is a big player.
Or me.
So, but
King of Dink,
or AK the King of Dink
Sure.
could be in your tournament.
Yes.
You could play with him, and sometimes they do mixed doubles. You could get matched up and playing with a hero of yours.
Yeah.
But then,
That's very
you're
cool.
saying, with the growth now, they've signed contracts.
Right.
It's being professionalized, and
Right.
so.
Right.
That accessibility is not quite there, but there was a sweet zone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think there may still be an element of that out there, but it's likely disappearing with all these advent of all these new leagues. And
Totally.
I think it's kind of like how, there was like the ABA and the NBA, right? I think there's a little bit of that going on right now.
Okay.
Where they're trying to find out, okay, you're Major League Pickleball. Well, we're the American Pickleball Association. Who's going to, whatever.
Who's going to end up being the
Top
league,
dog.
dude? Yes.
Yeah.
What's the XFL here? What's going to be the
Right,
NFL here?
right.
Like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Dude, that's interesting. Okay, let's go to maybe a little bit more of the
History?
Yeah, a
or-
little history of this. Of like, we talked about where it was formed. I love that it was made in a backyard, which is very American, very cool.
Yes.
Just like very basketball, which is a sick ass movie.
Good reference. Good point.
Also,
exactly.
when when pickleball will have arrived? When Will Ferrell decides to make a pickleball movie and he's like the guy.
May I tell you something?
Yes.
About a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago on CBS, they had a comic relief program where all the celebrities were playing pickleball. Will Ferrell was in the finals.
No, bro. Of course, dude.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Playing against the guy from Amazing Race and Dierks Bentley, a country singer, and Tig Notaro maybe was
Tig
Will
Notaro's
Ferrell's
hilarious.
partner. Emma Watson got to the semifinals with Sugar Ray.
Whoa.
It was really cool. It was really cool.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. You got growth in popular media now.
Yes.
That's huge.
For a good cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
Pretty cool.
You got, so just going back to some fun dates, and I found this like on USA Pickleball, just kind of cruising. Like,
Yeah, that's my homepage.
Dude, that's great, dude. That tickled Aaron a little bit there. AK.
Yeah,
so
I feel pretty good that Aaron
maybe
laughed
let's
at one
do,
of my
dude,
jokes.
honestly, the whole reason I do this podcast is I try to make Aaron laugh once, then I sign off. Aaron, now you don't really like, I know we're getting sidetracked here, but we're having fun.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of beef here.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, before we recorded, you met AK, you guys chilled, whatever. And then we said we're talking pickleball, and immediately, Aaron, you said, what did you say?
I hate it.
He sounds good in the headphones.
Dude, he does.
Sounds real good.
Very good. Now, you hate it for a lot of reasons that tennis play. This is where beef comes in with pickleball.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
It is growing so popular.
Mm-hmm.
The main place pickleball is played right now is on a tennis court.
Right.
So there's huge beef.
Right. And you can put 4 pickleball courts on 1 tennis court.
So it's sort of, I don't know what it would be called, utilitarian in that regard.
Yes. Yeah.
You can use a tennis court that, 2 dudes would like to go out there and grunt at each other. Or you can have up to
Or 4,
16.
2 or 4.
Oh, yeah,
Or
2 or
4,
4.
sure,
2 or
sure.
4.
Play
2 or 4.
doubles, yeah.
Or you can have up to 8 or 16 people enjoying, but making a noise that's maybe less pleasurable. Aaron hates it. Yeah, maybe
Should we?
For the listeners, we can. And Aaron, you can switch your headphones off if you want to right now. We don't want to upset you
Or
too much.
turn them up.
Yeah, turn it up and really get into it. But
This is for the ASMR listeners also.
yes,
Right.
yes,
Right now.
very true.
We're doing
It is 1-0-1. Whatever the hell you say the score.
Oh, yeah.
First server to the north.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, nice shot.
Yeah.
Do some ambient noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oop. Oh, center.
center.
You go. Let it bounce.
Hey, out of the kitchen.
Oh. Service is good. Point scored, side out.
That's out. Oh, this is what I was going to... Sorry, go on.
No, please.
This is what I was going to say earlier. When, in the tournament, Game 7,
Yeah.
I cheated a little bit, perhaps. Maybe just a little. It was maybe on the line, maybe not on the line. Scores 15-5.
Yeah,
Okay?
bro,
All right?
come on.
So I say it's out. The coolest part about this tournament, there was a ref.
Legit ref.
She missed it. She didn't see the ball.
Really?
So now it's just my word against the other guys. And he wanted to challenge it. We took the point, 15-6.
I love that. And a lot of the refs, dude, good. You know what? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And a lot of the refs there looked like, about ladies in their 60s who really enjoy Chardonnay.
Yes.
They
Yes.
really, you
Yes.
could just tell Arnold Palmer's during the day, and as soon as that tournament's over, it's Chardonnay.
But very good energy.
Great
energy, very cool.
And you know what? The way they carried themselves was official.
Yes.
And dude, people would challenge. They'd get in there and be like someone would call a ball in or out, and then the guy would go, ref, challenge,
Yes.
official challenge, and then the ref would go, no, in or out. And they would be they would rule, and then everyone was like, okay.
With decisiveness,
Yes.
with no hesitancy.
Exactly. They weren't
Like an ump. You got to be, yeah.
Even if you don't know, you got to lie as a ref.
Exactly.
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 This is a great question. What makes someone become a ref? This is a good question.
I thought
An
about
injury?
doing it. No more hope.
Yeah, dude, hope is gone.
No more dreams. Free entry fee? I mean, who knows? I don't know. When I couldn't find a partner initially, which is a whole nother podcast.
We'll get into romantic questions very soon here. Yeah.
When I couldn't, I was like, well, I want to participate in this tournament in some capacity. And I was thinking, okay, well, I'll be a ref but then that's a ton of pressure, right?
Dude, it is, bro.
Yeah. I mean, they did a great job, but I would have gotten a bit nervous.
Same. Like, and you get some psycho, like Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron's a softball champ. Aaron's a legend.
Yeah.
The refs, do you have any ref stories where like players have gotten in heated or beef with
my
refs?
God. Yeah, just yesterday in our playoff game, the umpire who was behind home plate like came out and yelled at the pitcher to not argue balls and strikes, which I didn't see him do at all.
Amazing.
But I mean, this umpire's a psycho.
Really? He's kind of a known psycho?
Yeah, I argued with him a couple years ago and I was right. On a rule call, like I asked 3 other umpires, they're like, yeah, you're totally right.
Dude, amazing, bro.
But yeah, it's
You probably just cut him off in the parking lot on the way there. Dude.
So was it the pitcher's body language? Maybe it was nonverbal
I
communication.
don't know. I thought I was paying attention. I didn't see it. I would think you'd have to be more egregious to have an umpire come all the way out to you and yell in your face.
Right.
It was pretty nuts.
That's gnarly. Luckily in pickleball, the vibe is good. The vibe is chill. Everyone is nice. Everyone does listen
Generally,
to the ref.
Yes.
You don't get too many dicks.
Yeah.
You get, and dude, in this tournament, it was good, dude. There was like, what's the ranking called? A player rating? You're what?
There's different rating systems. The one they were using is Duper.
Duper's what I've heard of.
It's like dynamic pickleball, utility pickleball rating or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were in the 4.0 ranking, which is maybe a little high for us. If you're a beginner, you're probably 2.5. If you're really good, you're probably 5.
Oh, dude, yeah, 4.0 is solid.
Yeah. And I'm probably a 4.0 on my own. But again, if your partner is perhaps not going to be in a spot where you've asked them to be several times.
Now we're getting into it, baby. Now we're getting into
3.5.
If you don't want to
hear a bus going by and someone underneath it.
I heard a very loud da-doon.
Aaron, that's I am not perfect, and
but you know what?
Throw stones.
Let me tell you something. But when it comes to that point, you are correct. And I spoke with your partner.
Okay. Yeah.
And your partner would say, I don't want to get hit by the ball.
Right.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. But here's the thing. We're not asking you to get in the kitchen. You just got to stand right outside the fucking kitchen.
Exactly.
Which is where everyone stands.
It's literally the rules.
You'll be far enough away. And like, you won't sustain injury. Like if the ball hits you in the face, you'll be like, ow, dude. Like, you might get a shiner if it catches you just right. But look at this little ball.
No, yeah, it's not
It's like a wiffle ball. Like, it's not like, look at it.
It's not going to do anything.
It's not going to hurt.
You are tapping the ball.
Yeah, the ball is being tapped right now.
Right. No, agreed. You're not going to get hurt by the ball. So that fear is unfounded. Maybe if she got hit once, you just get it out of the way. Maybe
get back on the horse, dude.
Right,
yeah. Just get hit so you know, because your imagination's always worse.
Exactly, like getting a shot at the doctor.
Or when my fiance's out of town and I'm sleeping alone, someone's gonna break in. They're gonna get me. And I push the dresser in front of the door, and everything's been fine. And then I wake up, and it's just a normal night. I still have that fear as a grown man. It's an egotistical fear. Who wants to kill me? What killer wants to waste their time killing me?
Yes, yeah.
Like a dude who's pretty much into history. Like, I have nothing. I'm not good looking. I don't have nice skin to wear.
Okay.
I'm pretty hairy. I have acne scarring.
Okay.
I don't have a good vessel for Buffalo Bill.
For protection, this a paddle.
You bring up a great fucking point.
That, and then maybe I'll segue to the paddle that I purchased after taking a beating at the tournament.
This is a true treat. Let's hear it. Here we go.
This is the most expensive paddle on the market.
Dude, is it one of them or no?
I think it is the most expensive paddle on the market.
What's this called?
You had to prove your virginity to buy it. Because after losing
you needed to
7 games, I spent $250 on a paddle. Black Friday sale, mind you. So maybe I saved 10% or something.
There you go.
This is a Selkirk Vanguard Power Air. Part of the reason I also purchased it, a lot of people at the tournament had them. And I've played against a couple people who had it, and I thought, okay. Now I know a good carpenter never blames his tools,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But an average carpenter with really good tools, maybe I'll do average work.
That's pretty. And as you always say,
necessity is the mother of invention.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
Ties in perfectly.
I always
here.
say that.
Dude, you say that. So would you? Do you want to unravel it here, or do you want to keep that
Sure.
protection on? You don't have to unravel it.
No. This is was meant to happen, and
This is a very big moment on the podcast here, as AK unravels his new.
so it has one of the largest faces of any paddle. on the market.
Yeah,
a little bigger.
We can even
Yeah.
yes, a juxtaposition. And so this is not breaking any rules. The fact that it does that, there's no like.
No, I think it's all up to code.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm excited about it.
Are you going to go? Well, we said we might try to play some pickle after this, but. Oh yeah,
Do you
beautiful.
want to
mind
throw
if
the
I would
ball
love
against
to,
this for the first?
I would love to.
There she is.
Oh, broken in.
There she is.
Broken, dude. Oh, it feels nice.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels light.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. And it has a little hole in there for
Being
cut
cool?
down on wind resistance.
Oh.
Apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And the grip feels right.
Yep. So kind of fun.
Cool. Yeah, I could defend
I
myself
mean-
with this. From an intruder, I could definitely.
Exactly. Or just barter. You
Yeah,
could
yeah,
say,
yeah.
Sir, this is $250.
Sure, exactly.
Or ma'am.
Yeah. Whoever it is that wants to get me.
I don't know. Yeah,
A witch
exactly.
lady wants to curse me.
Right,
Dude,
right.
I'm very afraid of witch ladies. Yeah, I would honestly be more scared if a witch lady broke in than a
Yeah.
serial killer man.
Interesting.
Because that's a little bit of the unknown.
That's
if a witch lady comes in.
100%. You don't know what you're dealing with.
Yes. If it's a serial killer with a knife,
You
it's
kind of
defense.
know, the parameters.
Throw the dog. I try to escape.
Okay.
Dude, so that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, I'm
moment
excited
with us.
about
That
it.
was big.
Thank you.
We have, going back to this, I mean, this is kind of funny. Right where I was in my notes was about a paddle. The very first like big mainsail paddle was this dude, what's his name? He was Arlen Paranto, a Boeing industrial engineer.
Interesting.
He used fiberglass/Nomex honeycomb panels that were commercial airlines used for their floors and part of the airplane structural system. He made about 1,000 of those paddles. And like that's what he sold. And he ended up selling that company to a dude named Frank Candelario.
Okay.
Who ended up doing something. But
Okay.
anyway, those were like the first paddles.
Yeah.
You leftover materials from airplanes. So it's kind of cool that this sport is just like being gleaning
Pieces
from other
from
things.
this, pieces from that, mixing it together. It's
Yeah.
an amalgamation of several sports. I guess maybe some people don't really know what it is. It's basically a hybrid of tennis and ping pong.
That's a great way to explain it. I always thought a great way, and Chris maybe said this, where it's like, if you shrunk yourself down and stood on a ping pong table, it's kind of like that.
Yes,
it's kind of like that.
That's fair. That's also fair. Yeah.
Which is a cool movie concept for Will Ferrell to do. An animated feature too that Tina Fey would write, and
It also
then
is
they'd
good.
have to like become their true selves to get back to their own form.
Right.
Dude, speaking of this, is a total segue right now before we jump back into pickleball.
Yeah.
You know what I rewatched last night? You know I rewatched movies at like
Braveheart.
midnight. Oh, bro, dude,
The
baby,
1
you better
a.m.
believe that.
showing of Braveheart.
Dude, exactly, bro. I'll stay up till 4 a.m. The fiance will go out to work. Hey, see you. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Just finishing up, just watching Wallace get tortured right now.
Remember the other day where I was like, Shawshank Redemption is always on. You're like, it is. We're like, TBS right now.
And it was on. It was on. I think we like went there and then maybe we switched over to like AMC.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like on one of those.
Yes.
But we're like, let's go TBS, AMC, TNT. It's on one of those. And it was.
And you always watch 5 to 10 minutes.
Out of respect.
Out of respect.
Out of respect.
Exactly.
100%. You give yourself. Absolutely.
You check in with Andy. You check in with Red.
Where's he at on that tunnel?
Exactly.
Yeah. Is Brooks gone yet? Has Brooks been here yet?
Is he the guy?
He's the guy who kills
goes
himself.
to the grocery store?
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. You
Dark,
got to
dark.
check in with Brooks. Though.
You have to.
Written by
Oh, that's a good question.
Stephen King.
Oh, really? Stephen King wrote that?
Yeah. I won a
Dude,
trivia.
he's a beast, bro.
Yeah, pretty good.
What a prolific writer that guy is.
All right. Anyway, what'd you watch last night?
City Slickers.
Oh, okay. How did it
I
hold
think
up?
this is ripe for a remake.
Well, they did a second.
Yep. I think I've always watched number 2. I have to tell you right now.
The Legend of Curly's Gold.
The Legend of I always watched number 2. I never really watched number 1. And in number 1, It's just very much a character arc story for Billy Crystal's character, Charlie. They do, spoiler alert, this movie's from like 91, so if you haven't seen it, but they just drive the herd. Like they get, like, that's the big thing, is that it's like they end up doing the thing.
Yeah, well, like he becomes a cowboy.
Yeah,
kinda.
exactly. And like, there are a few interesting things that happen along the way, but like it's pretty much straightforward, and it takes a while to get to the Old West.
Interesting.
It's like 28 minutes in, and you're like, finally, we're in fucking Colorado.
Daniel Stern, Bruno Kirby, I think.
Bruno Kirby, yep.
It's a great
He's
movie.
Great. I think, was Bruno Kirby on SNL? What else was he in?
I don't know.
But he's fun. Daniel Stern,
He was
I love
in
Daniel Stern.
When Harry Met Sally.
Oh, he's in that. He must be, him and Billy Crystal must just be boys.
Yeah, maybe.
You know who else is in that movie that's a huge movie star? Is a kid. Billy Crystal's son.
Oh, hold on. Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, but he's sort of that ilk of acting. He's a big actor.
Tom
no
Hiddleston's
Oscars.
dad?
Timothy Chalamet. No, I'm kidding. No. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
Jake Gyllenhaal's the kid. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So like a mashup of Brokeback and City Slickers.
Dude, exactly. Yeah, he knew.
Jake Gyllenhaal should come.
That was his character.
Yes.
Dude, I like that. That like, what do they call that when they intersect realities like that? Aaron, do you know what that's called? Like they do that in like comic books or
crossover.
Crossover.
Fan crossover. Fiction? That's it. It's crossover.
All right.
Anyway, sorry, I digress. Back to pickleball. We talked about the paddles. We talked about.
One thing I wanted to offer is it's kind of a cool story also, the popularity of pickleball, when you consider it's 57 years old.
Yeah.
Right?
65, yeah.
So I think a message to all your listeners would be, hey, if something's not working, give it 50 years.
Yes. Correct.
I've always said that.
That is absolutely right. That is, you are so true.
I always say, she may not want to go out with you now, but ask her.
But in 50 years, when her current husband's dead, he's gone.
He's got a coronary.
Yep. He didn't listen. Yeah, exactly. He didn't go for his prostate.
Right? Yeah.
Guy's housing cheeseburgers. And then her kids aren't talking to her. And then you guys get put in at the same retirement home, Shady Acres or whatever it is.
Bingo, bango, bongo. You have a girlfriend.
Pretty soon.
I feel like Aaron's laugh is not coming through my headphones.
Yeah, Aaron. I mean, Aaron, do you not agree with this 50-year theory? This is good shit here. Give it 50 years.
His levels aren't high.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you really wasted all your money on cryptocurrency, give it 50 years.
Give it 50
You're going to
years.
make a lot more money back at, whatever multiple jobs you now have to have.
You start working now, 50 years.
50 years. You're good.
You do the math.
Exactly right. Yeah, you're in your 80s, and you're playing pickleball.
And you're a manager.
Yeah, you're a manager.
Chipotle.
Yeah, exactly.
I do love Chipotle.
Dude, honestly, I love Chipotle. Aaron hates Chipotle.
Interesting.
Aaron is a very wise man.
I'm being mischaracterized. I don't hate Chipotle.
Okay.
I just think I've never had a warm burrito at Chipotle.
Oh, that's interesting.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I feel you on that.
Yeah, there's some truth to that.
It is, because you know what it is? They start off with the hot stuff, and then everything's kept very chilly, and you're going to get guac. What am I not going to get guac? And that's always cool.
Right. So if there was some way to mix everything at the end would be nice.
Yes.
And heat up the entire burrito.
It needs like a little bit of like a... how they do it, like Potbellies or like one of those like bread toasters, just quickly through like on a little conveyor.
Yes.
That heats it all around.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Some
convection heating.
Yes.
It's uniform and it's fast.
And quick. Just put it right there, 20 seconds, and just boom, 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 and then you're good.
Because Aaron's right. Like sometimes you get a bite, you're like, that's some pretty cold corn. That's some pretty cold guac. You can only heat up the tortillas so much at the beginning.
Correct.
Which brings me back to pickleball.
Correct.
I don't like pickles on my burritos.
No pickles on burritos, and then pickleball.
Should we talk about the origin of the name of pickle?
Yes, we should. 'Tis the season to indulge, but if you don't want to get so high you go to the moon, let Daggrass help you chill out and enjoy the sleigh ride. Their classic pre-rolled joints, flour, tinctures, and gummies are the perfect replacement or pairing to that glass of mulled wine or third helping of pie. Hallelujah. So dank, dude. Honestly, it's just the right thing, dude. It's not that whole glass of wine. It's that one glass of wine and you're feeling just fine with Dadgrass, dude. I'm all about the pre-rolled CBD joints, dude. You know I love those puppies. Taking them out on the course, enjoying them with my puppies, because like I mentioned, dude, they got little CBD goodies for your little furry friend, dude. My freaking dank little dog, Sonny, dude. And, dude, CBD gummies, dude. If you like the little tinctures, you can get after those. Dadgrass has it all, dude. And the best part, dude, all Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S., so you don't even need to rely on Santa's magic. Dadgrass is getting it done for you, dude. So whether you're looking for a new buzz or an old way to chill and enjoy an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood, dude. It's just spreading that holiday cheer, dude, from ear to ear, dude. So I'm fired up for it. Everyone in my fam's getting one, and they're freaking some pre-rolls in their stocking stuffers. So right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/dank. Go to dadgrass.com/dank for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/dank. And there's some contentious points here. Please.
Well, okay. I guess if you do crew or something like that, and you like don't get picked first, second, third, or whatever, never happened to me, but I'm sure it happened to some people.
Yeah, there's some dorks out there that probably that happened to.
The last boat's comprised of, it's called the pickle boat, and it's basically the detritus, or the remains, the people who weren't chosen.
Yes.
And pickleball, like I was saying earlier, it kind of came together from ping pong paddle type thing, tennis racket, wiffle ball thing, badminton net, it's so it's the leftovers of the,
exactly.
creating something.
And I think he had that is really good. And did they find some of the supplies in a boat that they had? Did they have a crew boat there?
Oh.
Did I read that? Maybe I just created that memory, but I was like,
maybe
they might have found it in, because this is up in Washington.
Right.
And, there's bodies of water around
on an
there.
island. It's on an island.
Yeah. Bainbridge Island.
Yeah.
And I think he might have had a crew boat there, and he's like, that's where they got the supplies out of.
That's very interesting.
So, and I will choose to believe that narrative. And I do think that's the true narrative. But the other narrative is about this dog.
Sure. Right.
But then you talk to the wife of
the dog's name was Pickles.
Yes,
right.
The dog's name was Pickles, but the sport was invented before that.
Right.
So she's like, no, that's not how it went. But some people want to say that.
And if you want to know more, there's a book called History of Pickleball: More Than 50 Years of Fun.
Really?
I haven't read it yet. Maybe it's on Audible.
Yeah, I like. I like to listen to books. I don't like to read. I tire. I can read. I just tire out.
Sure.
I really tire out.
Sure.
I'll start a book.
Right.
And then I'm just sleeping before I know it.
Do you read the end?
I skip straight to the end.
Right to the end.
Yep. I read the first page. Who are we talking about here? And then are they at the end? And
then you throw a couple from the middle, and you kind of.
Yeah, and I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can piece it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
of Mice and Men, they don't become mice at the end. They're still just men. So nothing happens in that. As far as I'm concerned, nothing happens in that book.
Right. It's not Mice to Men.
Exactly.
And you kind of knew that.
I knew that. I knew that.
So something else that I'd like to offer real quickly.
Yes.
Speaking of literature and whatnot, this is a quote from Victor Hugo.
Oh, yes.
Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And I feel like that's applicable to pickleball a little bit. It's been a long time. Pandemic.
Yep.
This sport, this idea, its time has come.
Yes.
For better or worse, I'm really enjoying it.
Dude, it's so much fun. And you said this earlier, the point of entry is low.
Right.
You get a basic paddle.
Yep.
Unless you're cool and you have your paddle.
Yep.
And now courts are popping up everywhere.
Yes.
And it's, like we mentioned, point of contention with tennis players that feel like their turf is being invaded.
Yes. Turf war.
It's a total turf war. But you know what? This could be good for the economy, dude. If you want to invest, if you're a contractor or a city developer, build some pickleball courts.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And there's this thing that I looked up called Dreamland. Have you heard of Dreamland?
Is it in Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
They had this owner. They're describing him as this garrulous guy, Steve Kuhn or whatever his name is. But he's just it's in Texas, and it has tons of indoor courts. It's sort of fun. They do drinking games and there's a beer garden and barbecue. And so just a great vibe.
Totally.
A great vibe.
Totally.
And maybe we need places like that. Dude, if you took here's a great business idea. Give it 50 years.
Yeah.
But if you take the Top Golf model and just, or like bowling or Lucky Strike, like bowling and then going and playing pickleball, because dude, like beer die is a more fun game than beer pong to me. Like when you're drinking, because it's like a little more athletic. You got to like kind of dive with the dice.
Right.
Bro, if you're like having a few beers, playing volleyball on the sand, I'm having a few Coronas with my buddies. We're hanging out at the beach. Like,
Yeah.
put pickleball courts by the beach. Put these like,
Yeah.
dude, like combine it with having that like booze or that like fun night out. I think it could really take off.
I think so too.
Like even more than it already is.
I think so.
And then
too.
of course, you know, you want the true connoisseurs, like the actual athletics who are, you know, drinking
Sure.
Gatorade and.
Sure.
But I think a lot of it is just this fun, casual game.
we should go to Dreamland just to check it out.
Bro, I would totally love to go
I
to
really
Dreamland.
thought about it. I really, yeah.
Dude, I'm down.
I would like to, and then I'm going to work there.
Yeah, we should go there and apply for jobs and be like, hey, dude, look, all of my dreams have not come true.
Right.
Is this a land where that can happen?
It's like
yeah,
the Disneyland for
for when you're 50.
50.
You can't get in if you're lower than 50.
Right.
In fact, they go at the door like, do you still have hope?
Right.
And then if you do, then you're out.
Well, but that's also what's fun about pickleball. I think it's part of the reason why I really like it. I think most guys want it to be professional athletes.
Dude, yes.
Right? I mean,
100%. Bro,
every time,
do I want to be in the NBA?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
You know, like, do I want to be at a computer all day, mostly by myself, looking at a screen? No, I don't.
Only for a couple minutes. And then I tell everyone, get away. I'm handling business. I need to send an email. Get out.
Come back. Don't touch that phone.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, exactly. Just don't look anywhere.
But so my answer growing up was always, I want to be a professional basketball player. I want to be a professional baseball player. Aaron feels me.
Aaron, fuck, am I right?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron, probably pro baseball.
Yep. Well, you can get a little semblance of that, a hint of that. And you really can, because like I mentioned earlier, I was beat by like octogenarians.
Yes.
And I'm 40. All right, maybe they were 65, but I got spanked.
Yeah.
I bet that guy feels pretty good. In fact, a gentleman and his wife, we could have beaten them. We really should have. He's like, after they win, he's like, just great to get out here, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm like,
bro, you
just
want to get elbow dropped?
You're so happy right now.
Dude,
You're
exactly.
so content. And I was like,
that false modesty is the worst, dude. That's where it's like, dude, just be like, hey, good game. That's where it's nice to just be like, good game, nothing else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good game. And then we'll
but, you know, good for him. Again, like you said, it's supposed to be good vibes.
yes, exactly.
So maybe I should.
But there is something to
back.
that. You know what I mean? There is
Yeah.
something to that. But, dude, you are so right. And I was going to say that, like, because the dudes that are out there and the people playing great, now there is, like, if you're like an athletic, like 22-year-old or something, they can do that
Yes.
jump shot.
Yeah.
That where, like, you, like, I forget what it's called, but, like,
You can jump over the kitchen.
yes, you
To the
can't
side.
jump into the kitchen.
Correct.
If that's illegal.
Correct.
But if you're a badass, you can really spank the ball and land outside.
Yep. Yeah. Which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Yeah.
So there's no question, like, you know, there is definitely some athleticism, but it's
100%.
if you find your crew and you're at a playing level, it's very fun and
Yes.
it's competitive.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, one drawback, and because I shouldn't just be one-sided on this.
Yeah.
Keeping score can be kind of difficult. It's side-out scoring, so it can also take a while. You can play rally score and whatnot, but it's sometimes hard to keep track of the score. You kind of have to keep saying it, and so that kind of cuts down on having random conversations during it.
Right.
Because like sometimes if we do start talking, then you're like, what was it? You
Exactly.
know?
And what
Little
server are we
downside.
on?
Yes. Yeah. So if we need to fix that.
Yes.
Need to fix that.
That's a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe there just needs to be like
One con. That's one con.
or you know what they should do is switch, which you guys did do in the tournament I saw. You would switch at 11. So maybe even like while playing regular, you should switch like every 5 or something. Or
Right. Like ping pong kind of
like
switching
ping pong.
server. Yeah.
Might help, but
Just wanted to mention that.
that is true.
So you guys know that I'm not biased.
Exactly. This is an unbiased. I mean, there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
You do enjoy the sport, but you're not going to sit here and not recognize its imperfections.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of imperfections.
Okay. My penis story?
Yes. Let's get right to it. Dude, do you have anything to offer? Because I want to move into these pieces of art that we made.
Oh.
But I feel like you might have more on
No,
this.
I wanted to cover the noise controversy.
Oh, this is big.
Well, I think we kind of touched on it. It's the ping pong. When my partner and I were warming up, when we were getting along.
Oh, yes.
This is,
yes,
you know,
before when there was
before
hope.
everything.
Yes.
we were warming up next to two gentlemen having a grunt battle or playing tennis. And we were only there for like 3 minutes. And one of the guys goes, "Can you guys just go to court number 7? I can't listen to that." And we're just like, okay. I mean, we just kind of put a pause on it and just stretched and, then moved. And actually, we made it awkward for him because they had to switch sides and they had to come over by us.
Amazing.
And then his partner had to do damage control and be nice to us.
I love that. I love that. The universe got back at them.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that right there is just him. He just probably hates pickleball so much. And it's like, because where that tournament was, had these beautiful tennis courts.
Yes.
But it was pickleball's day.
Yes,
and
it was.
And these guys were like, change. They hated change.
Right.
They were old dudes.
Right. They were
who
old
liked
dudes.
what they liked.
You think they'd be their sport.
Exactly.
Give it a year or two. That guy's going to be
totally.
Bing, bing,
and with his backhand, he should be switching.
Exactly.
He should be. Well, what's your take on this? The two-handed backhand.
All
shots.
About it. I think it's
people
totally
do
cool.
both.
I feel like you get a little more control with it, but it really just depends on who you are, right? I mean,
different strokes for different folks, as they say.
I've always said that.
Yes, you have.
Necessity is someone's mom.
Yes, and you
Your
like
mama
to stroke some folks.
Strokes folks. Writes itself.
100%. Well, guys, you're hearing, if anything, you've picked up a lot of life knowledge today.
Yeah.
Which is, like we mentioned when pickleball, you can play with an older gentleman who can impart knowledge on you. I want to find the oldest guy I can play with so I can maybe beat him.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I want some grandfatherly advice. I want him to tell me, hey, go be a dentist. It's not fun, but you'll have a good living.
Right, right.
And then I'll tell him I'm way older than you think I am. I can't go to dental school. And then he'll just go, that's okay, son. And then I'm happy he called me son.
Right.
And then I've gotten my experience. That's all I'm looking for.
100%.
Some people are looking for wins. Some people are looking for
fatherly advice.
Thank you.
There you go.
And you can get that in the pickleball court.
Oh, yeah.
You can get that. Okay, so we talked about the noise a little bit, and we touched on you had a firsthand experience of that.
I'm a victim.
You are a victim.
Yeah,
that's true. You are. You definitely are. I think you should sue him. This is a litigious society we live in. You're a lawyer. Sue his ass. Say you fucker.
One thing I would add, since it is kind of hard to have conversations and catch up during the game because of the scores, you need a banging playlist. Okay?
Oh, you can play with some tunes.
I think you have to play with tunes.
I love that.
And I would offer, and I haven't done it yet, so I went to Spotify, did pickleball playlist. There's some out there.
Really?
I think you need to choose your favorite track from each year it's been around. I'm talking a 57-track playlist. Your favorite from 1965.
Dude, this is good.
From 1966.
This is good.
Right?
Go back to 65, put on. Yeah. Oh, let's go. Some Beach Boys are in there somewhere,
Sure, maybe some
good
Stones.
Vibrations. Yeah.
I mean,
that's a great call.
Yeah, that's what I offer. You need some tunes.
And with how many times you ask for one more game, you'll go through that whole playlist.
Oh, definitely.
You will go through that whole playlist. You got Freebird on there. You have some Meatloaf on there. You have you have Rush concept albums.
Oh, is that
a whole conceptual song? Oh yeah, dude, some Rush songs go on for centuries.
Don McLean, American Pie.
Yes.
The longer the track, the better.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not leaving
until
this playlist is over, or I win.
Dude, that's a great thing, though. Yeah, having the tunes, setting the vibe, bro.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
Oh, DUPR, Dynamic Universal Pickleball Rating.
Okay, that's what it stands for. Okay, it's an acronym. You say that you're a 4.0. What would you say I am? You see me play.
I think you're a 4.0. I feel like you could beat me any day. I could beat you any day. It just depends on the day.
You have much better shots and control than I have. But you
have height,
which
and you
is
can
nice
reach into
volleying,
that kitchen without stepping into it.
Which is effective. But dude, that cross kitchen shot, people were doing that. I was like, that's the shot.
And then there's the ATP, the around the pole. So you hit that cross kitchen shot. It's bouncing so far out and away from the net. You don't need to go back over the net. You just hit it right onto the opponent's side of the court.
That's a badass
Pretty
shot.
cool shot.
That's a great shot. I do love that you can go ATP.
Yeah.
So badass.
Another important shot, we talked about dinks, right? Can become a dink battle, is this is what's tricky about pickleball. Like I said, you may not love it at first. You're going to have to play a few times. The serve has to bounce.
Yes.
The return shot must bounce. Mm-hmm. And then it's game on. Then you can volley, blah, 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 blah. Just don't volley when you're in the kitchen.
Exactly.
It's that third shot that is so critical where a lot of people do what's called a third shot drop. You need to drop that ball into the kitchen.
Yes, I saw a lot of people doing that.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people doing that.
So I feel like you haven't really grown until your third ball drops. That's how I feel. That's maturity.
That is 100% maturity.
That's maturity.
Dude, that's amazing.
And my license plate.
When you, dude, you should get a custom pickleball
I thought about
license plate.
I thought about BPE, Big Paddle Energy.
Oh, that's great.
Because this is the biggest face you can get.
Really?
Biggest sweet spot. Yeah.
And you mentioned you had to prove virginity to get that.
Yes. Yeah, I proved it. I'll show you.
Yeah. Well, the question they asked you was, online they said, what do you think ATP means? And you said around the pole.
Exactly. And then
Everyone
they knew
that
this
is a virgin.
He's a virgin. He's a
Yeah,
virgin.
exactly. Because we all
Have you
know.
read all the Harry Potter books? I read all the Harry Potter
exactly.
books.
Did they quiz you a little bit of
Yeah.
trivia? Are you what house are you?
Yeah.
You know,
you say
you do-
Hufflepuff, they give it to you free.
Yeah.
It's right there. Next day, you come downstairs.
How quickly can you respond?
Yeah.
You know, I am not a robot after this thing. It's like,
Your Patronus is a red squirrel, which is true. Free paddle. Free paddle.
dude, that's gold.
Virgin Hufflepuff with a red squirrel Patronus.
But honestly, a duper of fucking 4.0.
Right.
Let's go. I mean,
Right,
come on.
right. And we were playing dudes that day who were 5. So we got the skinny. You know, people become real friendly after they beat you.
They do.
You know,
and they're sandbagging. Like any tournament, they're sandbagging.
There
going
was
on here,
sandbagging.
dude. There's people that don't
Yeah.
really put what their proper
Yep.
duper is, but
Yep.
you know, you're out there to have fun, and you know, it's gonna make you better. You play with people that are better, you're gonna get better. And
100%.
And
Yep.
you know, it's a different. That's a tournament is a different vibe than when you're chilling with your boys.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, it's like you said, you got your playlist, you're chilling with your boys, your crew, your girls, whoever's in it,
Right.
and you're having a good time.
It's a little bit of cardio. It's not like a crazy good cardio, but you know,
You're
can play for
moving.
an hour and a half. You're moving.
Your blood's. Here's the thing. I stretch out a little bit before I play.
Yes.
And
yes.
if I'm doing something that I'm stretching out,
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And if you got like a crew of 5 or 6, Aaron, you can play with us after if you would like.
Yeah, Aaron.
Um,
Aaron, cancel the next show in here and just come play pickleball with us. Everyone will get it, dude.
you can.
I'm just going to play with that Louisville Slugger that's out there, though.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Okay.
You could transition to a game of wiffle ball quite easily from pickleball.
Mm.
Easily.
It lends itself to that.
Exactly. It's diverse.
But I was going to say, if you have like enough people, when you're taking a break, you know, you can do the foam roller. It's very mellow.
You bring out the hypervolt.
You bring out your hyper. Yeah, exactly.
You're chilling.
Exactly.
You know, you're texting people.
Yeah.
King of Dink.
Yes.
And you're ready to rock. Okay, let's see. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about
Okay.
this, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, we've
You-
got.
Okay.
Um,
I feel good. We covered LeBron. So I wrote a haiku, a pickleball haiku.
oh, I would love to hear this.
that I would like to share because pickleball is you could say it's a sport, you could say it's a game. I'd also offer that it's an art.
Oh, I love this.
And so while I can't
love this.
play here right now, I thought I would write a piece of art about it.
I
the
love that.
Art.
I love that.
Pretty meta.
That is a very beautiful thing.
And I believe you wrote a haiku as well.
I did. I did.
Okay, I'll go first.
I
And
hope
would,
it plays. But
well, I think
we'll
it
see.
will. I would just remind the listeners that a haiku has 17 syllables
Yes.
and should be dank.
100%. I mean, honestly, was that your haiku? Because that was beautiful. That was fucking beautiful. What you just said right there is considered high art in my opinion. That was so beautiful.
That would be a really good.
So it's 3 lines, 575, 5 syllables,
575.
7 syllables,
And
then 5 syllables.
And I think the definition you might have found was a little different. Mine, it should evoke an image of the natural world, perhaps. So I tried for that.
Very true.
Okay. I feel like this reads also like a news headline.
Okay.
Provincial pastime shirks pastoral provenance. Country miles, all smiles.
Oh, I love that. I especially love your last line.
Is that nice?
Your middle line. What was the first word? What does that mean?
Provincial means like regional or
Okay,
just like,
okay.
you know, small little area, Bainbridge Island, Washington.
Yes.
Pastime.
Even the court itself, provincial. The vibe that is on there. That was very beautiful.
Thank you.
That was very, very beautiful.
Thank you.
So this haiku that I wrote, and you inspired me, I want to convey a single moment of when myself, the poet, realizes something.
Beautiful.
I am struck by something. And so Here we go. Hearing pickleballs. A court must be near by, bro. I long to play now.
Oh, I like that.
And now is
You're
this
hearing it, right?
hearing
there.
exactly.
Yeah.
So hearing the, and we
Yes.
talked about that. I was reading that.
Yes.
You hear the dink.
Dink,
So
dink.
I'm hearing the dink. Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm walking with my bro.
Could you do it again and I'll do it?
Absolutely. Hearing pickleballs. A court must be nearby, bro. I long to play now.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I like that a lot.
Anytime you can use, I feel like I don't use the word longing enough to long for something, to desire on an emotional level. But whenever I'm with poetry, the word longing will come up.
Yes, yearning.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I took the liberty of writing a limerick or two.
I love this.
I also wrote a haiku just on the fly.
Oh, did you, Aaron? This is beautiful.
Fantastic.
How haiku of you. You were struck by this in the moment.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
All right.
Okay.
It's gonna be harsh.
Hey, you know what? It's you're the artist.
What is pickleball? What is this fucking bullshit? I hate pickleball.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
It fit perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
It fit
Every
perfectly.
syllable was correct.
I feel like I was there too.
Yeah, exactly. I could see Aaron in his car, unable to find parking.
Yeah.
Saying "fuck these guys that park." Yep. And then hearing ding, ding, ding. Oh,
Hey, Mister, move it.
hey, Mister, look out. Hey, ding. Oh, Chris. Chris, things aren't going well in the bedroom. How do I fix that? You know, you're a wise man.
Wait,
That's
who's
my
that?
when I play. I'm just asking. I'm asking the old guy Chris for advice.
All right.
Wait. What's going on?
I thought it was Aaron. All right, no, I get it.
I'm a weird guy.
No, should I do my limerick?
I also wrote a limerick.
You go first this time, and then
Okay.
yeah.
Because yours are going to be better than mine.
No.
A limerick is supposed to be a little funny.
Yes.
The poems are supposed to be a little funny.
A little bawdy or rude.
Exactly. Remember we had that book, Limerick? Do you remember that thick-ass book?
Yes.
A lot of them were like
Yes.
ribbled. They were pretty
Ribbled. Yeah.
pretty adult-themed.
Yes.
So lines 1, 2, and 5 rhyme with one another. That's how it's supposed to
Correct.
go. Lines 3 and 4 rhyme with each other.
Correct.
There's a rhythm to it that's like ba 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 ba
Yeah.
ba ba
Yeah.
ba ba. So hopefully I'll get that right.
Yeah.
So it's 5 lines, and there's no syllable really constrained.
Correct.
So, but shorter's
You
better.
got to
Okay.
find that rhythm though.
Exactly. Here we go. Let's see if I can get that rhythm down. There was a dude in the kitchen. His partner saw, but he wasn't snitching. Then the ball he volleyed was slammed straight into his nuts, be damned. When stepping in the kitchen, your balls need stitching.
Oh wow, that's good,
Dude.
That's good. Okay, I like the not snitching.
And I use
truth to
snitching,
that.
snitching and stitching. I enjoyed a little
Is
colloquial.
that like a hard rhyme?
Yeah, it's not like quite. I kind
Yeah.
of cheated.
No,
but-
I like it. This is so funny. Mine has a very similar.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's go. Here we go.
We should mention that slamming the ball into someone is very satisfying.
Let's be honest. It's one of the main reasons.
Yeah, it can be really nice.
Yes.
Or just a good slam.
Because how often can you just really hurt
Right.
a 65-year-old woman
Not often.
and get away with it?
Right.
It really is nice.
You're right. You're right.
It's really all I want.
No criminal charges with pickleball.
No.
I should mention
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I should mention that. And you can play with a criminal record.
100%.
Won't affect your duper.
Your criminal record will not
Right.
absolutely get
yeah.
out there, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Get sentenced for 50 years. Come back and play.
There once was a man in the kitchen, but not one he'd cook fish in. He soon made a folly when he smacked down a volley. Now his relationship status says unforgiven. Not as good as when I wrote it.
I can see the story, though. I see the story.
Can I try it again?
He messed up. Yeah, 100%.
One more read?
100%.
There once was a man in the kitchen, but not one he'd cook fish in. He soon made a folly when he smacked down a volley, and now he lives in state prison.
That is
better?
much better.
That's better.
That's very good. That's much
criminal
better.
to be in.
And you know what? You did something in your reading there that I didn't notice. You sped up in those first 2 lines, which really helped, which was a nice rhythm. That's
right.
how it goes.
Right. You can't, yeah.
Okay, do you have one more that you can treat us with?
There once was a fella in such a great pickle, no money could free him, not even every nickel. So he turned on a dime in a split-second time with a shot best described as a trickle.
Very nice.
A little bit of
Very nice.
I wanted to do
a nice pregnant pause in there. I was really waiting for it. I was sitting over here as if, we were
pregnant
volleying in a hand battle.
Actual confusion.
Yeah, I was very confused. What is this still a limerick? Oh, is this just a haiku when you stopped? Definitely was happening. Yeah. Who am I? Where are we? All these things.
If you quit on your limerick, you have a haiku. That's where the takeaway.
Once again, guys, this is universal knowledge that we're sharing now, that it's universal and true, but not necessarily known by all. It's esoteric, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah. Aaron, did you grace us with a limerick that?
No, I couldn't write that. On
okay.
the fly.
Yeah, that one's tough. A haiku you can do on the fly. Dude, I mean, I'm pretty fired up, dude.
I feel like we covered it. Oh, how should people play?
Okay, yes.
I don't know. Your local tennis court's probably a pickleball court.
Yes.
So go outside.
Exactly. It's probably got a net now. They just move them to the side and stuff.
Yeah.
You've got, I had some stats here that was like, according to CNBC, there are, in the United States, 38,140 courts currently available for almost 5 million players.
Wow.
Like I mentioned, 40 million players are predicted by 2030. That means 280,000 additional courts will be needed to meet demand.
Wow.
Or tennis players and pickleball players are going to start killing each other. But also in our investments here, let's build some, like a pickle
what I was
complex,
saying.
bro. Like if you've got,
That's what I was thinking.
build some of these things in your recreation. Like we were just driving around Burbank where we record freaking Dank. Dude, there's a ton of old like dilapidated buildings or a parking lot out here. Like turn it into something, If not, there's a lot of ammo shops nearby, and pickleball players are going to need that to defend themselves from these tennis players.
It's a turf war.
Yeah,
I've always said that.
You have.
Then there could be rap battles between them.
That would be pretty cool.
At some point.
That would be nice.
I was thinking there needs to be a pickleball anthem by Pitbull.
Oh,
I can't write it. You saw what I did here.
It's beautiful, and that is art. And I mean, it just makes, there's some things when you say it, it just,
Clicks.
Ketchup, burger with fries, spaghetti and meatball, pickleball with a Pitbull anthem. It just makes sense.
Writes itself.
Dude, thank you for gracing us with your artistry, your expertise, and your vulnerability today when you're discussing your tournament. So thank you so much for that. That's very brave and honest of you.
Thank you.
You did not tell me your penis story, but that's okay. We can have you back on for.
It was in there.
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. It's a very short story.
Yeah,
And it's in there.
yeah.
It's in there. So don't worry. It's in there. Dude, thank you so much. This was so sick.
Yeah, I feel like we covered it. I'd say get out there. You may have some biases or prejudices against it. Give it a shot.
Yeah, and there are those little nuanced rules.
Mm-hmm. Right, it's a slow
Just
burn.
play with the bro who knows it.
Exactly.
And you're fine.
You may not love it the first, second, third, but then it's going to take hold.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's freaking rad, dude.
It's fun.
Yes.
It's casual. It's fun. Unless unless you're Aaron, you want to play softball. And I get it.
And softball's badass.
Yeah,
you're
I
out
enjoy
there on a
softball.
team, you're doing it right. Aaron's the pitcher. He's the captain. We get it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm freaking stoked, dude. AK, King of Dink.
Thank you, Strider.
Absolute legend, dude. My complete pleasure. Thanks for cruising out, dude. And maybe we'll go find a court right now.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, dude. Freaking, leave a comment, questions, suggestions. Email me, StriderWilsonTreads@gmail.com. Also, leave a review for the pod. The year's closing out right now. Those help the pod, helps the numbers grow. So let's spread the freaking stoke and spread the dank knowledge. Appreciate all you guys listening, and more and better stuff to come in 2023.
Peace.